The first step is to select your design. We will be using a preset design that came with the machine. Once you selected your design, pay attention to the number up here. The top number represents the height of your design, and the bottom number represents the length. This will be important when it comes to stabilizing your fabric. The next step is to set up our hoop. We start by having this hoop with the big part facing down. Next, we lay our fabric over the top of the hoop. Next, we grab the hoop with the arrow facing up. We firmly press that down. Make sure before you tighten the screw that all fabric are stretched out and flat. To attach the stabilizer, we will turn the hoop around. Now we will be facing the back side of the fabric. Today, I will be using a pixie spray. A quick tip for your stabilizer: if it have a slight curve, make sure to have that curved side facing down. That will prevent the machine from getting caught onto the corners. And we lay this stabilizer right where we want the embroidery to embroid. To connect the hoop into the machine, we slide the hoop from the back of the machine towards the front. Next, we will align these two parts to these two parts. Start with the top one, pressing down, then connect the second one while pressing both down at the same time until you hear a click. Once it clicks, make sure all the fabrics are out of the way, and we are ready to embroider. Before we start embroidering, we need to make sure that the design is located where our stabilizer is. In order to check, we select edit end, select the arrow. Now you can select this button and the needle will move to where the four corners of the design are. Since the design are lower than where my stabilizer is, I will need to move the design up by around 2 inches. I will hit OK. The back arrow, move, and move up 2 inches. You can speed up this process by holding down the button. Edit end. Check one more time. Now that that is done, we select OK. Here you can select embroidery. In this screen, it will tell you what color you will need, how many time the needle will go through the fabric and how long that would take. This number right here is how many times you will have to change the thread. This button right here will allow you to adjust the tension. The lower button will allow you to move forward in thread or go backward in thread. Before we start, we need to make sure that we have the correct color of thread. Here it shows that we need thread number 513, which is what I have right here, 513. We will start by inserting this thread holder into the stick right over here, making sure that the thread come out from the bottom side. Next, we move that over to number 1, up under this metal part, up to number 2, around, following the arrow on the machine, down to number 3, up to number 4, making sure that the thread follow along the edges of the machine, down to number 5. And the hardest part is to make sure that the thread go behind this little part right here. You can use your finger to hold. You can use your finger to push the thread into place. Next, you go over to number 7, up to the left part of the machine, down to number 8, which cut the thread. And finally, we can lower the lever in the back of the machine and press down on the lever on the left side of the machine. What that will do is automatically thread this thread into the needle. Firmly press down until you hear a click and the thread going through the needle. Pull the extra thread back behind the machine and we are ready to embroid. When you are ready and the button turn green, you can press it and the machine will start the embroidery process. Alright, once the first color is finished, the machine will automatically cut the thread and all we have to do is lever in the back, remove our thread from the machine, roll that back up. Next we will put in the next thread, which is 810, which is what I have right over here. Once you are done threading that, lower the lever, thread the machine. Select the green button again and the machine will start on the next color. Our next color shows that it's also 810, hit the green button and it will pick up from where it left off. Once the embroidery is complete, this screen will pop up. Select OK. Next, you will lift up the lever in the back. To remove the hoop, press down on this metal part, and we will lift the back of the embroidery hoop up, and that will free both of the mechanism that keeping the hoop in place. Finally, we can slide it out. Before we take it out the hoop, we will need to cut all of these jump stitches, and to do so, all you need is the scissor that came with the machine. We will cut right where the stitch pop out from the embroidery. Make sure to cut as close as you can to the jump stitches without cutting the embroidery stitch underneath. Once you finish trimming all of the jump stitches, you can loosen the hoop by turning it towards the left or downward. Separate the hoop, and since I use tear away stabilizer, I can just tear it away. You don't have to be gentle with this. The stitches will keep all of the part that need to stay, and all of the part that need to come off will come off. Alright, so this is our final result. I hope this demonstration helped you learn something. If you see something that I can improve on, please let me know in the comments, and I will see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.